Hello friends, welcome back to another Magic Monday as we are edging ever closer to 50 episodes of this series. Before we get too far into today's episode with a deck called Monk E-Business, I just wanted to mention I was looking at my analytics and about 72% of the views across my channel are from people who are not subscribed to the channel. So if you enjoyed this or any of my other videos, please consider giving me a subscription. I very much appreciate that, and I'd love to join you into our team here. So anyway, OG, the Exquisite Blade. 4 mana, 2/3 legendary human monk. When OG enters the battlefield, gain 2 life and scry 2. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, exile up to 1 target creature you control and return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Usually you're going to use this to target the commander, which is interesting because you're constantly gaining life and you're scrying to stack your deck. So that's the goal, is to have a monk tribal where you're keeping yourself alive, scrying, and eventually beating your opponent down, monk style. 22 creatures, 37 non-creatures, average mana cost of 30, heavier white than blue. We have 12 monks, we have 7 shapeshifters, so basically we have 19 monks, like right off the bat. For instance, 5 sorceries, 14 artifacts, 19 enchantments, and 40 lands. So, what do we got in here? Well, for monks, we have cards like Monk of the Open Hand, especially useful because whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. The whole idea is to try to cast 2 spells per turn. We also have Serra Ascendant, which is a monk that's stupid broken. Universal Automaton, it's 1 for a 1/1 shapeshifter, i.e. changeling, i.e. monk. Shapeshifter monk, right there. We've got Jeskai Elder with Prowess, who is a monk. We've got this Wizened Gith, who is a monk. We've got Metallic Mimic to choose monk. We've got Golden Tide Disciple, just a common 2/3 Fox monk with lifelink. This monk here exiles a creature when it comes into play, and when you specialize, the exiled creature perpetually, that's the word I'm looking for, loses all abilities and becomes a 1/1 base creature. This creates a monk when it goes through its saga. There's Fox Monk as a 3/4 Vigilant. Here's another Shapeshifter Changeling. Here's another Changeling. Faceless Agent is a Changeling that will seek another monk. Dueling Coach is a monk. Half-Elf Monk. Guess what? It's a monk. We got a Rhino Monk here that doubles how much life we gain. We got another Changeling Monk here. We have Taigama, Ojutai Master. I love that art. Pretty useless abilities in this deck, at least, but could theoretically be helpful. But mostly just here because it's a monk with pretty awesome art. Maskwood Nexus will allow us to create more Changeling Monks. Allrund is one of our non-monks, but helps us scry a little bit in bird form. And here's another one of our non-monks, the Ancient Silver Dragon, with the idea of drawing a bunch of cards. And our final monk in here is the Ugin's Conjurant, which is a spirit monk. So, we just ran through all the monks. That was annoying, I'm sure. We got classes like Cleric class to gain more life and pump up our monks. We have Paladin class, which will also pump up our monks at level 2. And we have Wizard class for some draw power and some pumping up monk power. And of course we have Monk class. Second spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast, which is pretty handy. What else do we got? We got some removal, like Lucky Offering, Mana Tithe right here. Witness Protection is not exactly removal, but it's basically removal. Wash Away as a counter. And then, this one also makes a human monk. I forgot about the Era of Enlightenment. Apologies. Revoke Existence is removal. Seal Away is removal. Disdainful Strike, Frogify. You guys know most of these cards at this point. Banishing Light, and its duplicate, Borrowed Time. And then we've got our stuff to make our monks properly strong, like Radiant Destiny. Choose monk. In the Trenches. Don't have to choose anything. I mentioned the, whatever it was called. What is it called? Why am I forgetting? Paladin class. that one also gives everything +1/1. So there's multiple ways to get your monks +1/1, including Rally the Ranks, where you choose monk. And then finally, we've got a couple of mana rocks like Arcane Signet. But we've got Heliod in here as one of the 99 because there is a fair amount of life gain in this deck. And we've got more mana rocks here: Chromatic Lantern, Herald's Horn, Phial of Galadriel, the Celestius, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? What we're really here for is Teleportation Circle, so we could theoretically get OG exiled and back on the board twice each turn. So we could be gaining 4 life, scrying 4, and potentially pumping stuff up with our life gain if we have Heliod out. We've got another mana rock here. We have removal with Doomscar, which can be handy. There's not a ton of creatures in this deck. We also have removal with Time Wipe. Kindred Discovery. Choose Monk. Whenever a monk enters the battlefield or attacks, draw a card. Very handy. Reflections of Littjara. Choose Monk. Whenever you cast a monk, copy that spell. I like that a lot. Just don't bounce the token with OG's ability or else it will not come back. Vanquisher's Banner. Choose Monk. All monks get +1/1. Whenever you cast a monk, draw a card. And finally, Akroma's Memorial. Creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, and protection from black and red. As they should. They're monks. And the last couple of cards here: Magic Mirror for some draw power, and Selective Snare to return X target creatures of the creature type of your choice to owner's hand. Can use this on yourself, but against other tribal decks it can be very handy. And then for lands, Command Tower, some multicolored lands. Thriving Isle in a 2-color deck is just a gate, but I love the art, so I always include it. And then some basic lands. That's it. So we're going to get to some games. I will tell you right up front, I recorded a whole bunch of games. I never quite got the game that I wanted. I recorded probably 15 games, and I kept looking for like the certain combination of things so I could really show off how powerful this deck can be. Never quite got it going, but I hope the games are entertaining nevertheless. And as I said at the beginning of this video, if you enjoy it, please consider subscribing, giving it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. So without any further ado, thanks for watching, be kind to yourselves and each other, and let's get to some games. Bye.